Hello everyone, this is Tony. Today I'm going to talk about how to scrape Grubhub restaurant information using R script. In this video, I would like first introduce you to different parts of the R codes and then tell you about the function of each line of code. And at the end of the video, I will do a demonstration on how to do an actual scraping on the .txt file, which is the raw files we have. All right, without further ado, let's get started. So what you're looking at it's essentially the RStudio, the layout of RStudio, and this is R script called scrape_codes. This is the code we're using to scrape Grubhub restaurants. So the first part of code is called libraries. Libraries are basically enable you different functions we're gonna need later in the script codes to do the actual scraping. So I'll talk about libraries later in the actual demonstration. And let's move on. So after libraries, this is the actual script code. As you can see from the title right here, this is script codes for Los Angeles and San Diego. This is the region, and for time period, and this code is specifically for April, every month after and including April 2018. And this is the body of the code. All right, I just scroll down. I'll talk about the code later, and you will see another part of code. They look very similar, and pay attention to the title. The title will tell you the function, the regions, and the time period the code is working on. Or another code from October 2017 to January 2018. Another one, July to October 2017. May, June 2017, November 2016 to April 2017. And that's pretty much all script codes. And this part is only for data analysis. As you can see right here, everything is not relevant to the topic we have today. All right, so let me go back to the top of the code. Okay, so you may have a question that why we need to have so many different parts of the code, even though they look very similar to each other. To answer that question, it's because the formatting for a particular month or particular region are different from time to time, from different time period to different time period, or for different region to different region. Because of the difference of the formatting, that's why I have a chunk of codes which is specific for that particular region and particular time period. But you don't need to worry too much about the codes we have right here, because they are basically all about previous scraping. So you don't need to worry about that because we are going forward at this time point. I guess the only chunk of code you need to worry about or you need to know about is just the April, everything after and including April 2018, and this part of the code, everything except LA and San Diego. After February 2018, yeah, pretty much these two parts. This is for the most current stuff we're doing right now. All right. So I would just use this part of code as an example to tell you the function of each line of code. So the first line, set WD. This is a function to set the path of your file. basically the path of your folder, which contains all the raw files. WD is the abbreviation of working directory. And the second line, file names, basically searches every file that ended with .txt. So it will show up all the .txt file, which is the raw files we have. And this chunk of code is basically creating empty data containers to contain, to grab, or to store everything we have later on. For example, this one is for restaurant name, this one for price, this one's for restaurant type, and they are all empty at this time point. And the purpose of setting this up is just to store information we grab later on. All right, let's move on. This is the for loop. The for loop, I don't want to talk too much about a for loop, but this is basically the core, the center, the main body of the script code, doing the scripting work on each restaurant at one time, like one by one, one restaurant by one restaurant. And this is the end of for loop. No, sorry, this is the end of for loop. All right. And after the for loop, this is the change the name of the header of the for loop, of the variables we have. So change to restaurant names, address, UID, restaurant types, all that stuff to readable variable names. And this line of code basically creates basically make sure the formatting of the data we have is as character, so that the no matter how we save the data, the formatting will not be changed. And at the end of the code, you store everything we have as a CSV file. And this line of code basically saves everything we have as a CSV file. Yes. All right. So far, pretty much cover everything in the code. I think it's best for me to do a actual demonstration on how to do the scraping. So I prepare a demo folder, which has 31 items. Oh, actually 32 items. No, this is the. No, we need to get rid of this. All right. They should all be TXT files. All right, 31 items. We're gonna scrape all the information in this folder. So let's see how we do this. And this data is from February 2018. So we gotta use the February codes right here. All right. So first step, we need to set up the working directory of the folder, which is the path of the folder. Let's see how we get the path of a folder. So go back to right here. This is the folder, demo folder. We right click the folder and we click get info. Well, where column will tell you the actual path of the code of the folder. So copy and go back to our script. Copy, replace that, paste. And this is just the path of the folder, but don't forget the folder name, which is demo. I know it's a little bit unintuitive on Mac, but just don't forget the full address of the folder. by including the folder name, which in this case is demo. All right. Now we set up the file path already. Now let's run this line of code. There are two ways to run a certain line of code. One is select the code, or you can simply put your cursor right here at the end of the code or at the beginning of the code or anywhere of the code and click run. All right, this is the first way, click run, or using a keyboard shortcut by click command enter. This is a shortcut for Mac. If you're using a PC, Windows computer, the shortcuts Control Enter for PC, Command Enter for Mac. All right. Now pay attention to this place right here. Now it says desktop. This is your current working directory. Now let's see what we have after I run this line of code, set wd. All right, command enter. Now the working directory gets changed to desktop demo, which is exactly the folder we want. All right, so we set the working directory first, and then very important step, don't forget, every time you open RStudio, don't forget to load the libraries. But remember, you only need to load libraries once, unless you closed RStudio. You quit RStudio entirely. Then you don't have to load it again. You only need to load libraries once, unless you quit RStudio. So select them all right, and click run. All right, all libraries have been loaded, which is good. Don't worry about the red fonts, they're pretty normal, just telling you that the libraries were being loaded. All right, let's go back to the codes right here we have. All right, let's run the second line of code. I prefer keyboard shortcut such as command enter. Boom, 31 items, remember, 31 items in the folder, 31 items. Now we have 31 restaurant names, file names. See, 101 Asian Kitchen .txt, which is good. All right, you can go back to the folder to check 101 Asian Kitchen. Yeah, this one .txt. Great. So you have 31 file names, and then you run this empty containers for our data. Command enter, command enter, command enter, or you can just select them all and click run all the way. Yeah, just choose either way you like. All right, as you can see right here at this window, values, all the empty containers have been created. Then we run the for loop. The for loop is pretty simple. You don't need to select all the for loop. You just put your cursor at the for loop and click command enter, or just hit the run. All right, command enter. Notice the stop sign right here. The code is being running. All right, 31 restaurants. It's pretty fast. All right, so in the final data frame, we have 2,069 observations, 7 variables, and this is the results coming out from the for loop. This is a warning message. You don't need to pay too much attention to warning message unless there's an error message. So we can move on. All right. So now we're at this line of code called names, final, data frame. which changes the name, the header of the data frame, so that everything is more readable. You can click this grid icon right here to see what's inside the final data frame right now. Let's click that. All right, check everything looks good. Yeah, everything looks good. Restaurant name, address, file name, which is UID, restaurant type, item, prices, restaurant review. Cool. Looks everything looks good. So, but pay attention to the column, to the header. It's named RN restaurant name, address. But after you're running the names, this line of code, they will be changed. Let's see. Command Enter. All right, let's go back to final data frame. See, the header is changed to the name we would like to have. All right. And then run this line, Command Enter, and write CSV. This is the last step to save the data frame, DF. DF is essentially the same as final data frame. See, it's the same. So we write CSV using DF, and this is the file name of the DF. This is February 2018, Los Angeles, LA. Make sure to keep this naming format. LA, this is the region name. Underscore February, this is month. Underscore 2018, year. Make sure to use the full year. And you can abbreviate the month just using 3 letters. That's okay. And also abbreviate the region name. That's fine. All right, let's Command Enter, run this line of code. Command Enter. Cool. And you don't see anything right here, but you will see this line of code is being run, and it's the CSV file is being saved in this path, in this folder. So let's go back to demo folder. Yeah, you will see the CSV. All right. Let's click that. See if we have everything. Okay. Update. Good. Good. Yeah. You will notice that this column is empty. It looks like empty, right? You click that. You will see wrap tags right here. Wrap tags. It's selected, but this cell, you can see the information in the cell. Wrap text is not selected. So the easiest way to get rid of this weird formatting, just select all cells, and click wrap text, and click wrap text again. Boom. Now you can see the restaurant type. Restaurant type. Good. Everything looks good. Well, just in a few seconds, you get 2,000 something observations from 31 restaurants. It looks amazing. Okay, everything good, and just save the CSV. Save. Close that. Yep, save. Good. All right. So this is pretty much the demonstration on how you do a actual scraping on the .txt files. Thank you.